والروح فيها بإذن ربهم من كل أمر سلام هي حتى مطلع الفجر. This is one single night, the night of the decree, the night of the decree on which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will decree to the angels what they should be executing throughout the next year. And that's one single night every year. That's Laylatul Qadr. So if it is Laylatul Qadr tonight, it is worldwide. Worldwide. But you can say, well, it is day somewhere and night somewhere. Yes, the night at each place counts as the night of Laylatul Qadr during this time. Not during the time of Mecca only or that place only. Okay? Salatul Tasabih. Rayyan asks, and Khulud. Its hadith is extremely weak. We do not rely on it in making such salah. So I do not recommend to offer such salah, even though the incentive and the motive in the hadith is great, but it is not sound. So why do it while I have other sound hadith telling me what to do, which way I will get a greater reward. Khulud, zakah on investment that she will be able to collect only in 5 years, whether saving or investment, whether you have access to it or you don't have access to it. What's today's value? The day on which the zakah is due, the hawl is rounded up. The value of the stock shares, the value of your investment, whether it's cash or goods, you evaluate it and you see how much is it, how much is worth, and you pay the zakah on it because it's yours. It is yours. It's like a dain. Even though you cannot collect it, but you know that in 3 years you'll collect it. You still have to pay zakah on it. Munis, Subbuhun Quddusun Rabbul Malaikati wal Ruh. Yes, that's a dua to be said in ruku'ah, glorifying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and magnifying Him, and saying He's Rabbul Malaikati wal Ruh. He's the Lord of the angels, and Ar-Ruh is Angel Gabriel, peace be upon him. It is recommended to say that twice in the ruku'ah. Ali from Egypt, shortening the prayer. He is having a surgery. May Allah give him shifa. He's been already there for 2 months. He doesn't know how long would he last. If the person travels anywhere and does not intend to stay a certain time, then he may shorten his prayer as long as he's there. Once he decides to stay for more than 4 days, so in this case, he prays as regular, as if he is resident. But somebody stays for 6 months, for a year. Every morning the doctors tell him that in 2 days you will be leaving, but he doesn't leave. So he does not have a fixed date. He can continue shortening the prayer. Only when you're sure that you are staying for more than 4 days, then you get to pray as full. Nasra, she asked about from Oman, her mother who died on the plane on her way to India. Will she be considered as a shaheed? May Allah have mercy on your mom. It is not the place which determines the shahada, rather it is how did she die. Because if somebody died on the battlefield fighting for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that's a shaheed in general. Somebody died with an abdomen disease or cancer, as the Prophet ﷺ said, that's a shaheed. A woman while giving birth dies, this is a shaheed. Somebody defending his wealth, his family, his honor and his skill, that's a shaheed. Al-Ghariq shaheed, wal-Hadmu shaheed. Person who is drowned is a shaheed. And a person who has something that fell on him and he died is a shaheed. But sitting on the plane and he expires, it doesn't mean that the person will become a shaheed. Yet the Prophet ﷺ said, من سأل الله الشهادة بصدق بلغه الله منازل الشهداء ولو مات على فراشه. If one is true in his or her intention that they wanted to die as a shuhada on the battlefield, I mean, defending their deen for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala fi sabilillah, Allah will give him the honor of the shahada even if he does not achieve it on a battlefield, even if he dies on his bed. Ajmal from Qatar, my mother has not been able to observe Saum for the last 2 Ramadans due to her poor health. She has doctor orders not to fast because of its health risk. If this is chronic, if this is permanent, then it would be sufficient to give the fidya, feeding 1 poor person per each day of Ramadan, depending on how many days would Ramadan end up to be, 29 or 30 days. Okay? But if they said it's temporary, then wait until you recover so that you make up the days that you missed. May Allah give you shifa. Also, he said, I gave a loan to my uncle, which he's going to pay back in 2013. Do I pay the zakah on it? Yes, you pay the zakah on it, as I just explained earlier. Abdul Hamid from United Arab Emirates, I would like to use my zakat al-fitr money to pay for people's iftar's meal. Is this okay? No, it is not okay. Give them the food. You never know who's gonna end up having iftar at your place. Give them the food, as the Prophet ﷺ said, صاع من تمر أو صاع من شعير أو صاع من زبيب, the measure of any of these food which is common in this in their area, and people are in need for most. And I answer Samia's question, and we already went over time. So brothers and sisters, until inshallah next episode, which hopefully inshallah will be Sunday, we're approaching the end of Ramadan, may Allah accept it. I want you to spend this time in i'tikaf in the masjid as much as you can. It doesn't have to be the full day or the full night. Once you enter the masjid, especially in Ramadan, for the Isha and Taraweeh and Tahajjud, intend that you are staying for the intention of i'tikaf. If you can enter before Maghrib so that you have iftar with them and you make i'tikaf for the whole night, that would be great. Ramadan is slipping out of our hands very swiftly. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from all of us and make us amongst those whom He will free from the fire of hell on every single night. أسأل الله أن يتقبل منا منكم سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت نستغفرك ونتوب إليك وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Allah is my heart's speech, your mercy is what I beseech. Keep in my heart your remembrance, and in your deen allow me to advance. Help me in my quest, permit me to pass the ultimate test. Help me in my quest, permit me to pass the ultimate test. Help me in my quest, permit me to pass the ultimate test.
يا أرحم الراحمين يا أرحم الراحمين اللهم قربني إلى مرضاتك ووفقني لقراءة